I'm going to actually be bringing in 3 new eyeshadows. Good update, exciting update, woo. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and I know I'm finally doing it. I'm doing a Pan Those Eyeshadows update. Considering last year, which was the first year I did this project, I updated in the intro, 6 months in, and at the end of the year, after 3 months. It's pretty good for me. The reason I don't update Pan Those eyeshadows so regularly is because I don't know how all these other Pan Those eyeshadow project panners are doing it. Like hitting pan on 2, 3 eyeshadows every month, because it takes me months to hit pan on 1. So I only like updating if I have something exciting to update. So that's why my updates are a little bit more spaced out. In this video, I'll be showing you the 6 eyeshadows that I originally picked at the beginning of the year, and I hit pan on 2. But before that, wow, the next couple minutes of this video are sponsored by Ana Luisa. Y'all know this is not the first video that I've done with Ana Luisa, and before I even worked with them for the first time, I purchased several pieces, and even since working with them, I've still purchased several pieces of my own from their website, and I want to show y'all 3 new pieces for this video. The whole reason why I'm making this little insert is because they're having their Mother's Day sale, and all the way up to May 5th, you can have guaranteed shipping by Mother's Day. So the entire site is going to be 15% off. So let's take a look at my new pieces modeled upon my very own body. First, I have the Souryaz necklace, which is just, oh, it's just the most adorable, cutesy little butterfly charm necklace. And I like wearing this one a little bit shorter usually, but I am wearing a collared dress today, so I did wear it at its longest length here. This is original price $59, and then after the 15% off, it's down to $50.15. The next piece I have to show y'all are these sparkle earrings, which, oh my gosh, I'm like actually obsessed. Originally $75, and after 15% off, that brings it down to $63.75. Oh my gosh, I love these. It's a huggy, which I love. It has some sparkle, which I love in terms of the 3 little studs of cubic zirconia. And a bonus feature is this chain. I have been loving jewelry and accessories with just like a little bit of edge lately. And my last piece is this rose ring. So it's actually an adjustable ring, you can see on this side. And this one has a moonstone gem. It really does remind me of the moon. It's so gorgeous. But this one is actually the most expensive. It was $85 originally, and after 15% off, that would bring it down to $72.75. So at this point, I've accumulated a lot of Ana Luisa jewelry. The reason I like them so much is because they truly look new for a long time. I was gonna say until, but I've never reached the until point yet. And I've had some of my pieces for over a year now. I'll tuck my hair back so you can see the earrings more when I talk and stuff. Ana Luisa ships with minimal packaging, entirely recyclable. All in all, if anything, you could take a look at the website and see if anything interests you for this sale. Okay, now we're back from the commercial break, and let me show you the 6 eyeshadows that I have in this project. So I have 5 lined up in this separate magnetic palette. I'll tell you what they are. This is ColourPop So Jaded Diamond, which was the Super Shock in that palette. This is the ColourPop Pretty Guardian palette, shade Silver Millennium. Again, the Super Shock shadow in that palette. I also pulled in the Super Shock from the Sweet Talk palette called Side to Side. Here I have a shade from the Alter Ego Daydream palette, and this is Fairy Tale. And this is, oh, from the Going Coconuts palette, and this is the shade Cocoa Crush. So those are the first 5. They're in magnetic removable pans, and my 6th one is within my Kaja Beauty Vento Trio. If you watched my Sephora recommendations video, you have already seen the pan in this, but the shade I have is the 3rd one in the Orange Blossom Trio. Look at that. Okay, so y'all have already seen the pans. Let me tell you what the pans are now. So first I'll talk about the Kaja one because it's already in my hands. This 3rd Kaja shade, I have been using the heck out of as a single shadow shade. And actually I've been using the heck out of this by itself and in conjunction with one of my other eyeshadows. I started this maybe with like 10 uses in it or something, but since I put it in my project, I've used it an additional 32 times to have this massive pan, and I am going to be rolling this eyeshadow out because it already shows a ton of use. I don't really have a goal of using it up or anything like that, so I will be subbing in something new in its place. In total, in this video, I'm going to actually be bringing in 3 new eyeshadows, yes. I'm gonna go through the 6 shadows I started with, and then at the end I'll introduce the new 3. There's a second eyeshadow that I hit pan in, and that is ColourPop Diamond from the So Jaded palette. And you can see, hopefully, that little ring of pan right in the center. The total number of uses in Diamond is 22, but it did have like noticeable use in it before. I'll also link my intro video for my Pan Those Eyeshadows project down in the description if you want to see all of these in their sprite beginnings. For the entire first part of this year, I was really focusing on just 2 shadows because I know that if I try to spread out my use among all 6 shadows at once, it's not happening. I'm not gonna see pan in anything. So I focused a lot on these first 2 shades, and I use them together. This brown from the Kaja Trio just all over the lid, and then really dig into Diamond because it's pretty dried out. It's kind of old, and Super Shocks dry out. So I would really dig into this and spread it on the inner half, lower lash line, and inner corner. So that is how I'm wearing it in this video. I wanted to model it for y'all one last time before these 2 eyeshadows are rolled out of my project. Ooh, that's so exciting. But look at those shadows together. Match made in heaven. Now that those first 2 shades are out of the way, the other 4 I didn't really use a lot. And that's because, like I said, I was focusing on trying to hit pan on like at least 1 or 2 shades so I could update, because I only like updating when I actually have something to update. But I'll run through how many times I used each of these anyways. So for the Pretty Guardian palette, Silver Millennium shade, I used that 6 times. ColourPop Sweet Talk palette shade Side to Side, I used only 4 times. Alter Ego Fairy Tale, I used 6 times. And ColourPop Going Coconuts Cocoa Crush, I used 7 times. Okay, so all of those are like within the single digits. I did say that I was gonna roll in 3 shadows, but I only hit pan on 2, so whatever could I be doing? I'm gonna remove this one, which is the Side to Side shade from the Sweet Talk palette. I had included 3 Super Shocks in here because I want to use them before they dry out, because that's something that inevitably happens to Super Shocks, especially if they're in a palette and not in like a screw top. But when I included Side to Side, I did not realize how dried out it was. And so the 4 times I used it, I just disliked using it because it's so dry, it's flaky, it's like falling apart. And so I'm actually just going to take this one out of my project and it's gonna go in the trash. It's like unusable at this point. I don't need to try so hard to use an eyeshadow that I don't like if I have so many eyeshadows I love. So let me sub in some eyeshadows that I love now. All right, first let's talk about what's gonna take the Kaja one's place. And because I had 5 in a magnetic pan and then 1 in a palette, I found that was a pretty good balance, because if I open up the magnetic pan, I can use those things together. But there are times that I want to force myself to use something that I claim that I love, but I really want it to show that I love it. So I'm going to pull the replacement shade from another palette, and that is, whoopsie, my battery died. So as I was saying, Nabla Side by Side, I was so enamored with this palette when I first bought it. And then just what happens with palettes, we like go through phases of using them, and I fell out of a phase of using this, but I still really enjoy it. And so I'm gonna pick my favorite shadow from this palette, and I'm going to throw in Better Society. This is new shadow number 1 of 3. Okay, new shadow number 2 of 3. I'm going to pull from my ColourPop At Forest Sight palette, and I just wanted to pick shades that I know that I will thoroughly enjoy using and that I won't get sick of or bored of. So a lot of the things I'm picking are like more neutral, because say with 2020, I included some crazy shades from Jackie Aina's palette, like Sponsored, and I got tired of the shade after so many uses. So I'm gonna be including the shade Old Growth, which is my favorite shade from this palette. It's a pinky transition, surprise to nobody. So that is going to be shade number 2. I'll pop it into my palette. Ding. Ooh, I don't have a shade number 3. I thought I planned it out, but I guess I didn't. Oh, you know why? It's because I was gonna pull from the At Forest Sight palette a second time. Let me pick another shade. I'm between the shade Puffball, which is just a basic transition. I could definitely use that a lot. Or the shade Homegrown, which is like a very reddish, burnt, deep brown. I pick Homegrown. I can use this like in conjunction with almost every other shade in this palette. I could use it as an eyeliner. I know it's like a deeper eyeshadow, so it might be more challenging to get progress on it, but I'll throw it in. We'll see how it goes. And if I don't like it, I always have the freedom to switch out or change my mind. Oh my gosh, wow. I just looked down at this new palette, or the new little 5 shades in here. It is so beautiful. Look at this little 5-pan palette. Is that not gorgeous? Whoa, I'm excited. Ooh, I'm excited. Side note, I know a lot of Those Eyeshadows projects completely randomize their collection and they pick a random shadow from all of their palettes. That's not how I roll. I'm setting myself up for success here, and I want to pick shadows that I know I love. Good update, exciting update. Woo! Look at how soft and pretty. Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. Ooh, okay. I'm excited. And this is like how you should feel doing a project, right? It's always so sad to see people like really disheartened or really bored in their eyeshadow palette, or like sick of using the makeup that they have in these projects. I think that's no fun for anyone, so this is how I do things over here in this household. Well, that's it. I hope this was fun or exciting for you to watch. Watching me get excited. And also remember to check out Ana Luisa's website and see if you want to catch anything for yourself or for someone else in their sale. And I can't wait to see when my next Those Eyeshadows update will be, because who knows? I'm trying to rock a Gen Z middle part today. Am I pulling it off? Because I heard that side parts are for old people. Which honestly I don't care. I'm gonna wear a side part if I want to, but I just wanted to try it out. I hope you'll have a great rest of your day. Remember that y'all are my treasure. Find the beauty in every day, but most importantly, be kind to yourselves. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!